All right, now we're live and we see Jenny live. Hi, Jenny. You're live. And socially distanced, wearing a mask.
Here we go.
Yes. Here we go. Fantastic. And there we go. Hello. Sean Brady with Jenny Farr. Did I say it right?
Close. Fair.
Oh, man. How do you say it?
Fair. Like, it's not fair.
It is too fair. Jenny Fair, our new media coordinator at Medici Media Space in St. Louis, Missouri. We have Jaleesa Powell in the background. She may or may not say hi, but hello, Jaleesa.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
She is in the background. Very cool. So we're doing a couple fun things. One, we're talking about how I just screw up a bunch of stuff, like how I was doing stuff wrong to relax. Wrong. I was wrong. So I did a little Googling, and I have to wear my glasses for this, but I don't like wearing them because then look, I catch the light from the thing. It's like, oh, you can't see my eyes. But I'm going to read this really quick. So this was 6 signs if you're doing meditation the wrong way, but I'm going to add a couple others on how I was actually doing it wrong. So 1, you're chasing time, and this is on medium.com, right? 2, you're trying to relive a memory. I'm probably guilty of that too. I think I was doing that wrong. 3, you're expecting a magical experience after your session. Yeah, I might do that too. 4, you're not feeling calm throughout the day. Well, that's definitely, I must be doing something wrong. 5, you're not kind and compassionate to others. I am until I'm not. It's probably Jaleesa's fault. 6, you're not evolving emotionally. I don't know. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, but those are the 6. But that's not what prompted this, how I was doing wrong. So the insight I got today from an earlier call, and Chuck, one of the coaches over at Aide Coaching, was sharing this, and it was really profound because it's like, oh yeah, I take time. And I think I collapsed a bunch of what meditation is and doing things the right way. But Jaleesa and Jenny, you might even know the answer to this, but kind of going back to bringing things into the money realm and personal finance. What's the number 1 rule?
What is it?
It's personal. It's personal to you. You're going to be as different from me as I am from you and Jaleesa and anybody else watching this video, because we all have different objectives that are unique to us. And it may shift. It may change from day to day, from hour to hour, from year to year. But the whole point is that I was forgetting that meditation is personal to me. And, there was this one box on a checklist, a daily checklist that I use. And one was meditation. And I was kind of thinking, it's like, all right, I kind of need to get in the zone of a meditation, a little actually deeper right? And that's kind of effective, but that's not really my personality. I'm kind of like this all the time, with or without coffee. And one of the things I realized is that, I actually do meditate when walking, whether it be in the neighborhood, through the woods. Just sometimes just sitting by myself. And it's like, the other thing that I realized that Chuck pointed out was I was visualizing things in my meditation, which isn't a bad thing, right? It's like, project the things that you want in your life. The thing I was really forgetting was, what's the emotion behind it that I want to be thankful and grateful for? And what happens is that when we think about something, then we expect it a certain way, and we cut off those things flowing our way, or the peace that we're looking for, in other ways. Like, so for example, maybe we go to a certain event. It could be a spiritual event. It could be I think of yoga or something like that, where that's kind of like in a meditation zone, especially at the end where you cool down, do some breathing exercises. I kind of lump that into regular meditation, right? But then there's also this expectation of something that I should be getting, which was one of the top 6 things that I just read off. But I was also thinking in basically 2 dimensions, right? I was thinking of the things that I wanted, things I wanted to have manifest in my life. Like it could be money, it could be something else coming my way, opportunity, instead of just focusing on the experience of already having it in my possession. And the example that was used, and this was really profound, was, and Jenny, if you got your ears on, or Jaleesa, if someone were to, you were to go to your mailbox today, your physical mailbox, and in with all the junk mail and all the flyers and whatever ads there was an envelope that was addressed to you. And inside that envelope was a check made out to you for an unexpectedly large amount. How would that make you feel? And let's say, what's an unexpectedly large amount? Let's say he used the example of, I think it was $17,386.22. But with your name on it. How would that make you feel?
I mean, I would say there's some mistake.
Right? But no mistake. It's made out to you. It's for you. It was, who knows, is that proverbial long lost, cousin that was left in their estate. They passed away and they finally found you. And you didn't even know you had this cousin in your life. But you're the heir. And that's what you get. What would you do? It was verified absolutely 110% you. How'd that make you feel?
I would have, my imagination would suddenly be on fire.
Like what? What would you be imagining?
Just all of the things I would imagine 2 things. I would split it between the practical application. Okay, I got bills. And then the other thing would be like, but this new camera that I want.
Yes. Okay, let's go with the camera for a second. So now you have that camera that you've been wanting for a long time, all of a sudden in your possession. Now what are you experiencing?
Well, so many creative ideas are now possibilities.
Right? Like what?
I'm gonna take videos in full frame. I'm gonna take all the pictures that I've probably could have been taking with my phone, but
right?
You
could have, right? Yeah. And what about like when you actually go up to the register and knowing that it's already going to be 100% paid for? You don't have to put it on a card. You don't have to do the 0 down financing for 87 months, right? It's like, it's yours. You don't owe anybody for it. What's that like?
Man, freedom.
Yeah, right? And, with that freedom is what's your state of gratitude?
Oh yeah. Definitely just, gratitude. Yeah. Like there's nothing holding me back. I have no reason to complain. It's all positive.
Yeah. So that's one thing I realized that I was missing in my meditation was exactly that experience that you just had, even though, the money might be in your mailbox. We don't know. Right. But that whole experience of you actually being in possession of that feeling of having the thing right now. And that's what I was missing in my meditation. And that's why I say I was doing it wrong. Other people may disagree with me. And that's okay. But there's no wrong way to do meditation. So it could be, and he was going through different examples. It's like, yeah, it could be when you pray. If you pray, everybody's different, right? It could be when you're in solitude with yourself and just thinking. It could be when you're in a dream state, But one thing that I do know about it is that it's all about how you want to get into that state of that experiential gratitude without, maybe it's not even that thing. Now, what if the camera never comes, the check never comes, or anything else like that? Can you get into that state of gratitude right?
Mhm.
And joy without it? I would gander yes, right? Because I think you just did.
Certainly, and I would hope that my gratitude and joy doesn't depend on that material thing that I described.
Right. And it doesn't. And we know it doesn't because you just did it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was the thing that somewhere along the way, I probably knew, but I wasn't able to speak it that way. So that's one thing I had to share and realize that I was doing wrong. Now, Jaleesa, I don't know if you got yours on or you're multitasking, because I know you guys are busy as media coordinators, got 100 some, clients and stuff to look after. Did you have any insight or thoughts like that? Or you can even type it in the YouTube if anybody's out there.
She did say in the YouTube that it would be her lucky day. So
It would be her lucky day.
yes.
Did she say any follow-up stuff? Like what would she be experiencing, or like the whole gratitude thing? Like
As of
for
now, she
Jaleesa,
has
I
not.
imagine her as a fashion designer and coordinator, having her runway show with her, it could be her t-shirts, it could be a whole completely different line of stuff. What would that be like? After the nerves are gone, before the show, but after the show, it's like, whoa, what an accomplishment, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious about her state then. Let's see if she types it in.
Yeah.
This is so interactive and live. It's pretty cool.
That's wonderful.
I know. But that's the whole experience that I was getting wrong, because I wasn't including that. I was just focusing on the things. You hit the nail on the head, Jenny.
For you, is it, what I thought of after you described this whole process was kind of just the count your blessings mindset.
Yeah.
Things that I already have.
Well, one of the things I realize is that I don't need the things to experience the joy. Right. And there's a little game I played, it's, I think I've always played this for my adult life, certainly from college afterwards. And I think I mentioned it on some past episodes, but my one roommate in college would kind of laugh at me because I would spend, a good half hour, maybe even an hour, looking through the coupons and stuff like that, like trying to save a couple bucks in college. And, there's nothing wrong with that. And I know there's like coupon crazy, like divas and masters at like saving hundreds of dollars and getting all this free stuff at couponing. But I didn't do that. But I was so focused and intent. It's like, oh, I just love getting me a deal. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I realized, throughout the years is that me getting the deal isn't depending on actually getting the deal. It's in the search of the deal. It's in pursuit. It's even the ability to say no. It's like, oh, you know what? I think that's a deal I'm going to pass on. But man, it was so cool to look, or even making the offer. It's like, oh, hey, I can't do that. Could you do this, for that? And they're like, yes or no. But it's like, oh, that's the cool thing. And that's what I get to be grateful for, is actually that interaction that at the end of the day, whether I get the thing or not, brings me definitely joy and happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes the deals aren't to be had.
For sure.
So I don't know. Did I answer that question? I was going to check in. Cool. Awesome. Any other thoughts?
Jaleesa just jumped into the chat.
Yes.
And she says, I'm really focused on viewing my money as a tool and not the happiness or joy as well.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, if we're focusing on a tool, which it is, right? Think of how it makes you feel and the experience you'll have when you have that money in your possession. And not just like, don't even put a number on it. You can, but it's like just having it flow through you and to you, and you're actually able to direct it to where you want it to go and support the causes you want to support and invest in the things you want to invest, like in other people, right? So you get that opportunity to do all those things. That's where I don't like to limit it, but creating environments where people thrive with economic and emotional well-being. Well, sometimes we can't always impact the economic, but we can always impact the emotional.
Yeah, like the story of Scrooge is pretty well known for that reason.
Oh yeah. Perfect time, good into the holidays, right?
Yep.
It should be somewhere on the television, if not, on Netflix or whatever it's on, Amazon Prime, wherever. But yeah, what a great analogy, Good old Charles Dickens creating a good context for us. Well, awesome. Those are my thoughts today. Anything either you ladies would like to add before we sign off today?
I feel I've had my answers made.
I bet you Lisa has too. Well, why don't we end it there, and then we'll move on to the bump, get ready for the bumper, and I'll just sign off. And we'll certainly see you next week, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right here on Leverage a Lunch Hour, where we don't have to be eating lunch like this together, a big old juicy cheeseburger, but we can leverage our thinking. And whatever time your lunch is around the planet, we hope it makes a difference for you. All right, that's what I got today. We may not see you in person, but we'll always see you right here on social media. Thanks for watching. Cool. Bumper rolling. Thank you. It's great stuff. Awesome.